What's up, guys? Just heading back from Squamish here. We're gonna be riding on the unbelievably gorgeous Sea to Sky Highway. One of the best roads around. Always tons of bikes on it, as you can see. And it just follows the coast all the way to Vancouver. The road goes all the way to Whistler, and it was just repaved for the 2010 Olympics here. So nice surface, beautiful views, nice and twisty. Gotta be careful with cops though, because they control it pretty hard. It's known as like the bike route around here. So look at that shit, man. It's fucking unreal. I know this camera isn't doing it justice. I'm with my buddy on his Ducati Monster 750 again. This guy's got a little cafe project in the works right now. He bought a 1976 Suzuki GS 500. That might be 550, I can't remember. But yeah, he's cafe-ing it out. Paid $900 for this thing. He's got a nice cafe seat. He's got some low bars, some bar and mirrors. It's going to be pretty badass when it's done. So as soon as he finishes, I'm going to try and convince him to let me ride it. Maybe do a little video about it. It should be super fun. Makes me want to do a cafe really bad. Gotta get a stable going, dude. Yeah, I still haven't done my steering head bearing yet. It's getting worse. Right now, I can't really tell. You know, when you're at speed, you can't tell. But the sound is kind of sketchy. What do we got here? Triumph, Old Ninja. That fucking view, man. I look too much, so I'm gonna pay attention. Riding home from work on Friday, and a bunch of traffic congestion on this one road I was riding. When I come up, there's a bunch of cops, and there's a Escalade with a little CB 250 like wedged under the back of it, like right underneath the fucking rear axle of this Escalade, man. And I'm just like, holy shit, I don't see this guy walking away from this. And I didn't see him anywhere. So either he walked away, or he got taken out on a stretcher, man. So, fucking scary though. Especially a little CB 250, you know, as a beginner. It's kind of scary. You can tell exactly what happened though. You know, emergency brake, he locked up the front wheel, slid out, and just the bike slid underneath this fucking Escalade, man. That's scary shit. I never tell my girlfriend when I see shit like that, because I know she's just gonna fucking freak out, man. The reality of riding though, man, you gotta be ready for that kind of stuff. Actually, beginning of each season, I usually go on YouTube and I watch like these compilations of bike fails, like bike crashes and stuff, because straight up it just scares the shit out of me. And that's it's kind of what I want, you know. You gotta be a little bit scared. Not scared, but you gotta be aware of the consequences of what you're doing. You gotta be aware of what could happen. Riding scared is terrible. Like, you don't want too much fear. It makes you stiff. It makes you jumpy. You gotta ride loose. You gotta be confident. You gotta be confident in your own abilities. But at the same time, you gotta have that. You gotta be aware of the consequences. So it's like a fine balance. The longer you ride, the more confident you get. And I've been riding for a long time. I'm pretty confident, but sometimes I see myself just making stupid decisions and taking risks I shouldn't be taking. And I just gotta say, whoa, calm down, buddy. You're not invincible, you know? Like, I've been down hard before, and it sucks, man. Like, I've piled this into the ditch at, you know, 80, 90 kilometers an hour, and walked away. I fucked up I wasn't wearing gear. I had a jacket, but I had no pads, no armor, and I fucked up my elbow. I still get pain from that elbow, and it fucked up the bike pretty good. All the plastics on this bike are aftermarket because they were just shattered, basically, but You know what? It was in the States when it happened, and I picked her up, and she still rode. Managed to get her back across the border, and I just think how fucking lucky I was, man. That was just one of those things, you know. It's if you're riding and you haven't crashed, it's just a matter of time. Like you're gonna lay a bike down, and you got to make it as easy on yourself as you can. Hope for the best, but I mean, there's a saying, right? If you haven't crashed, then you're due for one. And crash, that doesn't mean like a big spill, but you know, you're gonna lay a bike down eventually. It's just a matter of odds. Especially if you're riding big bikes like cruisers and stuff. Yeah, I have friends who say, you know, how can you ride a sport bike? It's so dangerous. You're gonna kill yourself. It's the opposite. I mean, really, obviously it's all about how you ride. All about the risk you take. And really, like, a sport bike has the best brakes. You know, it's going to stop the best. It's the lightest. It's the easiest to handle. And, you know, it's got enough power to get you out of sticky situations. So really, it could be argued that sport bikes are the safest. It's just that the statistics, you get these young guys with lots of money, especially where I'm from, you get these rig pigs, right? These oil riggers, and they have all this money in their pocket, nothing to do with it. So they go out and buy a Panigale or an S1000 RR as their first fucking bike. Like, that is ridiculous. Of course you're going to kill yourself, you know? Whereas people riding cruisers, you know, most of the time are a little more experienced and ride a little safer. So it's not the bikes, it's who's riding them. But a sport bike that's ridden safe is the safest thing out there, you know, in my opinion. Other than like fucking a Can-Am, which I do not consider a bike. I'm saying ride safe as I'm doing like fucking 40 over the speed limit, carving the canyons here. Bit hypocritical. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking and put some tunes in here. Oh, and by the way, for people who say that riding with headphones or earplugs is unsafe, that's bullshit. I'm sorry. Headphones or earplugs, they take out that top 10% of white noise. I can still carry out a conversation, you know, with my butt. I can still hear everything going on around me. It's not like I can't hear anything. It just takes that top 10% of white noise and just gives you those fucking killer headaches. And as far as music, well, you don't listen to music in your car if you're driving around? I mean, that's bullshit. Especially these headphones I have a remote on the table here, so I can turn it off anytime I want. That fucking view, man. That's the Pacific right there. The Pacific Ocean. Vancouver Island. Unbelievable. This is my backyard, man. Like, this is a 20-minute drive from my apartment. It doesn't get much better than that. I mean, I tell you, if you want to live in a city and have good roads at your disposal, Vancouver, it doesn't get better. You know, you can go in any direction and there's hundreds of fantastic roads. Only the downside of Vancouver is there's no splitting lanes. It's illegal to split lanes everywhere in Canada, as far as I know. Which is just such bullshit. There's a really good video, maybe I'll link it in this, but Ride Apart did it, which is a show on Motor Trend, all about the statistics of splitting lanes, how much it cuts down on congestion, and how it's actually safer for the rider in most cases, because if you're... I mean, everything in moderation. Like, obviously, there's some fucking assholes who split lanes like madmen, and it's dangerous for everybody. But if you filter up and in traffic jams, you filter up at stoplights. There's no danger in that. And yeah, it cuts down on congestion, safer for the rider. Because if you think about it, if you're in between cars in a traffic jam, you've got a buffer. Like, no one's going to rear end you because you're surrounded by cars. It's almost like you have a wall of cars around you. But I really do wish I was in LA or London or something where you can split, because it just saves so much time. I still do it sometimes. You can get away with a little bit, but the cops are real assholes around here. They'll come down hard. And lots of guys have got massive tickets. But you know, I'll filter up at a stop sign, or if it's a parking lot, yeah, I'm gonna split some lanes. But yeah, you just gotta be careful what you can get away with. God, that bike sounds good. It's got exhaust from danmoto.com. If anyone's looking for high quality, cheap exhaust, go to danmoto.com. It's ridiculous. Like, you got that dual exhaust for that Ducati. Carbon fiber, it's all MIG welded, high quality stuff. And I think it's like $150 duals. Mine, I get one for this for like $90. The only problem is it's not actually for this. It's for 2003, which is 636. This is a bolt-on, and they don't do bolt-on, they just do slip-on. But any modern bikes they pretty much carry. They have really nice rear sets there, billet aluminum, carbon fiber, heel guards, and just, you know, rear sets you can get $150, all billet aluminum. Really nice stuff. They got gauges. So if you're looking for some exhaust, and they sound great. They're pretty loud, but they sound really good. And they don't have all the big badges on them, which I really like. You know, like Yoshi cans, they got the big badges. I don't like that. I went to straight carbon fiber, straight whatever. They do titanium, they do stainless steel, whatever you want. And that, I mean, I know that the bike doesn't come through on this microphone, but let me tell you, it sounds fucking amazing. It sounds like a muscle car. Look at that shit, man. That is unbelievable. Oh, little Maybach music. So I just bought this leather jacket. It's an Arlen Ness. And, you know, I'm not too crazy about the stripes on here. I think they look kind of gaudy. But this is my first real leather jacket. I've always used, what do you call it? You know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, nothing beats leather, let me tell you. It just, I'm never cold. It doesn't flop around all the time. Like, it's just super comfortable. This jacket was $100 brand new. Can't beat that. bikes. Crazy. Help me out here, buddy. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Yep. Yep. Come on now. Get over there. You go. Thank you, sir.